What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be having a discussion with you guys. So make sure after you hear about the topic, and after I broaden up the topic, make sure to go to the comment section below and tell me what you think, alright? So what is it going to be about? Before anything, I need to just mention, you guys need to be respectful with each other, because this topic might be sensitive to a bunch of you guys, and you guys might hate each other and fight on the comment section. If you guys do end up fighting in the comment section, I'll just freaking remove your comment and just get it over with. Alright, so be respectful when you're pointing out your opinion. You don't have to be like a smart ass all the time. Be respectful, okay? So what is this discussion about? This discussion about is when I went to my previous video, someone commented on my previous video that it said that, I'll translate it in a second, alright? Let me just read it in Tagalog first. Paulo, sabi ni Doggy sa live niya na mahihina daw lahat ng nasa EU server at pag daw si General lumaban sa Pilipinas, drug daw. Naniniwala ka ba? So what this says is, Paulo, Doggy says on his live stream that people in EU server are really weak, and if General goes to the Philippines and fights, like ML-wise, he will get demolished. Do you believe in that? Okay, so what's my first impression on this? When I first read this, I was like, did Doggy really say this? So I need like solid evidence, I need proof. And second, General's not from EU server, so he's from NA server. That's two different regions. EU server and NA are different things, different regions. Alright, so you can't really compare the two servers. I can't really stand up for what EU has to offer. I can stand up for what North America has to offer though, because there's a bunch of freaking solid players here, like talented players here. Okay, so and he's asking if General goes to the Philippines, he will get demolished. So I think that if this is true, I would think that if what Doggy made it, how do you say this? What made Doggy say this is the meta, probably the meta. If you've heard my live streams before, I've actually talked to Basic about this and stuff. I kind of gave a hint to General sometimes about it, but not like straight. I didn't give a straightforward meta or reasoning here. So I told him that sometimes there's not even a marksman on the meta. Sometimes marksmen are not even going to be in your team composition. And I think that's why Doggy said that if he goes to the Philippines, he'll get destroyed. He needs to adapt to the meta, and that's what made Doggy say this. Because General only plays pure marksman. It doesn't matter if Granger's not in meta, Claude is getting nerfed, if Kimmy's getting nerfed. I mean, yeah, Claude is getting nerfed. Physical defense going down. Kimmy's first skill got nerfed. Early game's not that strong anymore. Granger got buffed though, but he's not like anything compared to the old Kimmy or the old Claude, right? So definitely not looking good for the marksman players in this current patch. So that's my first impression, at least. All right, that's my first impression. But there's also a reasoning to this and why this happens. Okay. We'll look at more of the clip. He actually sent me solid proof of the clip, and we'll watch it right now. It's from Smoke. I don't know if I should give a shout out because he's posting other people's content, but whatever. He has more subscribers than me when he posts other people's content. It's actually ridiculous, but it's alright. So someone donated on Doggy's live stream and said, Dogs, masasabi mo ba sa skill ni Gosu General, isa rin yun sa mga idol ko sa pag-MM. So what he's pretty much asking, what can you say about General skills? He's one of my idols when he plays marksman. Alright, so that's how you translate it word for word. Let's see what Doggy has to say, and I'll just translate whatever he's saying to you guys. So for the non-Tagalog speakers, you guys are alright. You guys will keep up.
Isa rin yun sa mga idol ko mag-MM. Dali mo yun sa Pilipinas, wasak yun, tol. Promise. Tol, nagaling akong EU.
Okay, so the very first thing he said is, bring him to the Philippines, he will get destroyed. So it was right that my viewers were saying, oh, if Gosu General, he was saying that if Gosu General goes to the Philippines, he'll get destroyed. So the way, yeah, I already explained this. Probably the meta. He's probably talking about the meta. If General keeps playing marksman, he's not gonna adapt so well in the current, like, the high tier, top tier tournaments and stuff.
Nandun yung isa sa pinakamalupit din mag-MM, si Don Push. Tapos pumunta dito si X, nakita niya kung paano dito. Tol, wala.
Okay, so he was saying that I came from EU, which is, yes, Doggy came from Belgium. I used to play with him. He played with this guy named Don't Push, who's, from what I know, a mage player, and he said that he's a really good marksman player. I wouldn't say... Okay. As a marksman, General is on a freaking top level marksman gameplay. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm a freaking marksman main, and I can even admit to that. I'm a marksman main. I can admit to that. I know Doggy's a marksman main. Now he's a support tank main, and that's probably what he's talking about. It's just a meta. That's what he's making. That's what he's trying to point out here. Maybe, not sure. But based on if it's just marksman, if you're just like judging someone based off marksman skills, General is freaking top tier. He's up there, man. He is up there. It doesn't matter if you put him on a tournament. If he plays marksman, he'll do decently. Obviously the only bad part about playing on like the Philippines, Indonesia, and all that is the rotation. It's not as good. The teams here are not as good, and I'll explain to you guys why later. Right? I'll explain to you guys why later. Just don't put out anything yet. Let's watch more. And I don't know what Hex has to do with don't push, because he was saying don't push is a good marksman, and then out of nowhere he says Hex went home to the Philippines and he couldn't do anything. Hex couldn't do anything. All right, so if you don't know who Hex is, Hex, it used to be his teammate, Aether Exile, and he lives in Europe. When he still lived in Europe, they were together with Don't Push, Kiyoshi, Doggy, and all them, right? Si Pusa, I don't know if you remember Pusa. I forgot his name, but yeah, those are the five pretty much. Si Pinoy plays as well. But let's see here. We'll keep watching.
Wala, lahat ng nasa EUNA, tol. Tae lang yan.
Okay, so that was a really bad statement right there. That was a really bad statement right there. He just said everybody in EU and North America are really shits. Tae means shit, so that's how you translate it correctly. When you make a statement like that and you're a really big influencer, you're affecting the other region's Mobile Legends community. Yes, I know he's only focusing on the Filipino community since he only speaks Tagalog. That's what he's gonna get. Nobody's gonna watch him from Indonesia, Middle East, North America, because shit, they don't understand him unless you're Filipino, right? They're not gonna understand you. Why would they watch you? But yeah, that was a really bad statement, because there's a lot of talented players here, guys. I would tell you guys, I'm gonna be honest right now, straight up honest with you. Philippines, Indonesia, and all the Southeast Asia countries are really good at Mobile Legends, team-wise, like teamwork-wise, rotation-wise. But that's only because, okay, that's only because there's tournaments there and they take it seriously. They have sponsors, they have motivations, they have incentives. That's the difference between North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. Okay, he said, okay, we'll stop right there. We'll stop right there. We'll listen to it some more. And here in my opinion, North America and Europe people, you know what? I can't even stand for European people. I'm sorry. If you're from Europe, I can't really judge you guys because I only played there for a little bit. I played with Doggy 5-man there and I had 200 ping. I couldn't really, I mean, there was nothing special. We played against Raha, who was a top 1 squad. They were not that good. But yeah, North America, I could vouch for those since I'm from here. I know how people play, right? I'm from here. I could vouch for North America, but not Europe. I'm sorry. I can't vouch for something I don't know about. Okay. But let's keep going. There's definitely many talented players here, though. That was a really bad statement. Don't make that statement if you're a 2 million subscriber influencer. He's almost 2 million in YouTube, by the way. And he's 1 million in Facebook, 1.5 million or something. Because what happens is, people will go to your stream, like the North American streams, the European streamers. They will go to your stream and say, "Oh, if you try this on Southeast Asia, you're gonna get destroyed." Okay, let me explain to you something. For those people that are saying that, okay, in a normal ranked game, it's the same thing. Mechanics-wise, if you're good in mechanics, General will still be good in general standards. All right. In general standards, if you're good here in NA, if you're mythic here, if you're high level here in NA, you're still gonna be good in normal rank. Okay. Even in 5-man rank, actually. In 5-man rank, yes, you'll still be good. The only time it changes is when you're against professional teams. That's where it changes. That's where the game freaking changes. If let's say if you're against Brent Esports, Archangel, who won the most recent MPL, that's different. They have way better teamwork, rotation, and all that. They have a bigger hero pool. So that's the difference between North America, Europe, and Southeast Asia. I'll stop saying Europe because I can't even vouch for Europe. I'm just gonna say North America. Okay, I'm gonna be honest here. I'm trying to be honest here, so I can't vouch for Europe. let's keep going.
Lion men. Wala sila nakatapat na malakas. Ano mo meron doon na malakas? Sila lang. Ilan sila? 5. Eh dito, putang ina. Ilan malakas dito? Madami.
Okay, so he said they don't really go against anybody that are good in those regions. And he said how many of them are there that are good? There's like 5, a question mark. And then he was like, okay, here in the Philippines there's a lot of really good people that are playing. Okay, and he was saying, oh, there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. So that's how he translated it. So let me explain to you this. Let me show you guys something. He said that us as a region are only facing against each other, which is kind of confusing by the way he said that, because if you think about it, you guys are the only one facing each other. Southeast Asia region are the only people that are facing each other, when there's a lot of other countries that have potential and could probably out-contend the Southeast Asia region, to be honest. But at this point, it's kind of too late, since like North America region, there's the Korea region, there's the freaking China is not even playing in any of the tournaments. There's the European region. If you think about it, okay, let me show you something. Look at this banner. These are the only countries that are participating in the most recent MSC that's about to happen, right? Which is gonna happen in the Philippines. There's Vietnam, Myanmar. There's like I'm not really good with flags. There's Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, and Philippines. Of course, I don't know this 2 flags right here, right? But if you think about it, Korea's not there, right? They're freaking monsters at MOBA. That's why freaking General's so good, probably. Not to be racist, but that's probably why he's so good. He's South Korean. He's South Korean. He's a freaking monster. If you put Chinese people over there, Chinese are really good at MOBA. If you look at Dota 2, like the Chinese people are super good, right? And if you guys don't know the Dota 2 scene, I'll just show you something before we go anywhere. Like if you go Dota 2, look at North America is up there, Chinese people are up there, Swedish people are up there. Yes, we have Philippines on TNC Predator, but they're number 9 on the rankings. If you think about it, like you gotta know your place sometimes. Yeah, it's okay to be a proud Filipino. I'm also Filipino, but sometimes you gotta look at the circumstances first before being too proud of your country. Like let's say Manny Pacquiao, right? He freaking competes internationally. That guy beats up any ethnicity that he goes for. As for this, TNC did all right. A couple of TIs ago, they had an upset on OG, but that was a long time ago. But just recently, no finals, no semifinals, but they've been doing good. They've been qualifying for TI, which is good. But I'm not trying to downgrade the Philippines or any of the Southeast Asia regions, but you need to look at the circumstances first before downgrading the other regions. You can downgrade other regions once you prove that you can actually compete on every single region. All right, so this is Dota 2 just by themselves. Brazil is South America, China. There's also a couple of Philippine team right here, Neon Esports. There's some Filipinos and Fnatic from what I know, right? And there's a lot of European European countries as well. Even same for League of Legends, right? MOBA. We're talking about MOBA. It's pretty much the same thing. I know it's not completely the same thing because it's PC to mobile, but we'll get to mobile in a second, right? There's Koreans, a lot of freaking Koreans, obviously, on League of Legends. Chinese people, G2 European people, right? There's North America with Team Solo Mid, Cloud9. There's Team Liquid recently, who almost won the mid-season invitational. I mean, Philippines is nowhere to be found on this scene, to be honest with you. The only Filipino that I know is Xmithy from Team Liquid. He's Filipino, so that's about it. There's really, I don't even know if you go to the second page. I don't know if there's a Philippine team here. There it is. Mineski's like the closest one at 58, which is really far. They don't even qualify for the worlds, so which is not that good. Now, okay, let's talk about the mobile games. Arena of Valor, Vainglory. So those are the two other main MOBAs that are not Mobile Legends, obviously. And let's see. So this is the Arena of Valor that they pretty much show the teams that win the tournaments, and it doesn't really show the nationality, but you could pretty much tell by their team names. There's the Korean national team. Obviously, I told you guys, Koreans are monsters in any mobile games. I don't know why. It's just a thing. It's just a stereotype at this point, right? Koreans are monsters. There's some people from China. The J team is a Thailand or Taiwan team, from what I noticed. Taiwan. It is a Taiwan team, and Philippines is nowhere to be found here, right? Arena of Valor. I know Arena of Valor is not as big in the Philippines, but we have Brand Esports. If you guys didn't know, Brand Esports had an Arena of Valor team. They have leather goods on their team. Shit, they're never here, right? I don't see them here, right? Because other regions are actually given a... My point here is, when all the regions are given an opportunity to play, and not just Southeast Asia, it might be a different story. If Mobile Legends has given us a chance, North America a chance, and Europe a chance, South Korea a chance, and Chinese people a chance to actually play a Mobile Legends tournament, it might not be the same story as you guys are seeing now. Brand Esports might not even be there. They might be a top contender, yes, but it might be someone else that's gonna be a champion. But at this point, it's way too late, since mobile, like these regions, North America, for example, Doggy has told me and Akatsu that there's gonna be a freaking North American and Europe tournament for the longest time now. There's still nothing. The closest thing that I could think of for like North America region and Europe region tournament is the MCL, and I don't even know if it's gonna be true. If you guys don't know what the MCL is, it's the in-game thing that they put in the game. It starts in July. It says stay tuned, and on the patch notes it says if you actually go champion on MCL, you can qualify for the MPL. Shit, I don't know if it's freaking true. I don't know if it's true. But we'll see. We'll see. All right, that'll be definitely a good opportunity for us. But only a couple of teams will actually get there, because there can only be one champion for each region. I don't know how exactly they're gonna decide who qualifies or not, but we'll definitely see. All right. So that's my point. That's my conclusion. You can't just be throwing out and be cocky about, oh, this region, the other regions are trash. We were never given the opportunity to actually prove ourselves. So how can you call those regions trash? Mechanically, okay. Here's just my opinion on the fact. All right. Mechanically, North American region has a lot of good players. All right. We had Hoon, Zane, Archangel, who doesn't play much anymore. Like, if you put a tournament back then, this region would definitely freaking hurt. And a lot of these players are also Filipino. The old Exile, the old EG, right? Aljonski, freaking Monster Marksman, he just stopped playing. Zykes, Monster Mage, stopped playing. Archangel, probably the best Fanny back then, just stopped playing. Kirito, one of the best Fanny back then, stopped playing. Still good assassin player though. There's a lot. Yankee went home to the Philippines. He started dominating the Philippines. Did you guys realize that? Yankee used to be here, and if you guys don't believe me, I'll show you. I will show you. Yankee is in North America. He's originally from North America, and he came home. He played with his brother named Papa J, XFS Papa J. If you don't remember, if you're an old school player, you'll definitely know. You want to know? Let's see right here. This is it. Look at this. So late Yankee. That's Yankee. That was the scene back then. These were the freaking monster players, and North America had the highest star at that point. We actually had a good population for Mobile Legends until the esports didn't come. The esports never came, and that's why this region died out. Everybody switched to AOV and some other game, PUBG Mobile. PUBG Mobile came out, and even more people went out. Right? There used to be a lot of good, like, solid players here. Even in Europe, okay, since I played on Europe, I've seen the only two notable players that I really know on Europe that I could vouch for is Unique. If you guys don't know who Unique is, that guy's a monster Kagura. His Kagura is freaking insane. And another guy that I could vouch for is probably Konoha Ninja, because I played with him. Monster Fanny, one of the top Fannies, if you keep track with the leaderboards, alright? He's a really good Fanny. And he's also very young, so that's not his full potential yet, right? He could still learn a lot. And, you can't just be... That's the thing is, I really don't like how Doggy talked down on these regions when, like I said, I'm always going to repeat this. We were never given the opportunity. Archangel's here. Akatsu's here. You all know Akatsu from Doggy as well. Aiki, who used to play Assassin as well. Monster, Natalia player. Porno was a marksman player. Also, this is not it. There's also Zane. If you watch Arena of Valor and don't know who Zane is, in the North American region of Arena Valor tournaments. That guy's a monster. He used to play Mobile Legends and he was on Team Bloodthirsty Kings, BTK. That guy was insane. He will carry the team so freaking hard. Alright? Like, the talent was endless in this region. But since, like I said, we were never given the opportunity, at this point we only play casually. Most of the people that usually play are just playing for fun or either for content, which is shit. That's what I do. That's what General does. General's been doing this just for content. He's been doing alright on YouTube, right? I've been doing alright on YouTube. I do it for content. But the thing is, if I could coach someone, that's the reason why I also went to PUBG Mobile for a little bit. If you didn't know, I used to be a PUBG Mobile professional. I was with Kuya G. If you don't know who G is, he used to be in Exile. Now he was in Aether House for a little bit, right? G, I was teammates with him on Hammers Esports. And you know, when I started playing professionally, I didn't really enjoy the game as much. It was a lot stressing because you take the game too seriously. You end up not having fun at the game you enjoyed, that's what I'm playing the game for. I enjoyed the game. So now the only thing I can think of is pretty much coach. Coach probably is the most I can do, or the best I can do for esports, so that I don't get stressed out at watching and playing and practicing 6 hours, 7 hours a day, right? Just too stressing. It's not my thing. Not a thing for me. So going back to this, you know, still remember this was the popularity leaderboard back then. Enzai still there, right? Enzai's I don't know if he's still in Next Play. I forgot. I haven't watched him in a while. There was King Sierra, Philippines, right? There's Bibinka, Fanny. There's Yaku. You can see Yaku Signal Ultra now. These players are keeping up with them. Actually, we have more. These North American players had way more stars than Yaku back then, right? If you think about it, Saint Sinel was there. Right? This was really a long time ago, guys. If you're a newer Mobile Legends player, you won't remember this, so I'm sorry if you can't relate. But if you're an old school Mobile Legends player, definitely can relate. All right. But let's go back to whatever we were talking about with I was just trying to prove my point that these regions are, you know, they're good. We have potential. We're just not given the opportunity. But we could keep going. Let's see what else he says. I don't know what else he says. I don't even know if it's done.
Dito madami, guys. Madami. Sinasabi ko sa Tol. Okay lang na humanga ka sa kanya. Pero walang malupit na kalaban dun. Tol, wala.
Okay, so he just said it's okay to idolize the general, but there's nobody good in those regions, pretty much.
Wala yun, men. Wala yun. Sinasabi ko sa'yo. Pero okay lang siya. Hanggang dun na lang yun. Hanggang pataasan ng star na lang yun. Kumbaga, pataasan na lang ang ihilaban nun.
So what he said is, so all they can do is whoever has the highest, they can only compete for whoever has the highest star, and it's like he compared it to whoever has the highest piss when you're taking a piss, right? So that's what they're doing exactly. I don't know what else he says. I can hear the background. I think that's it. Is it? Let me see.
Damage ko to.
I think that's it, guys. Yeah, I think that was it. He doesn't say anything else. He just plays, because this is a 16-minute clip, and I don't think he talks about general the whole 16 minutes. So we'll take that off. So that's pretty much my conclusion right there. Hopefully you guys understand where I'm coming from. I mean, yes, I'm good friends with Doggy, but when you judge someone and you're not on the same caliber as them, okay, I might get a lot of haters when I say this, but General is multiple times better than Doggy when playing marksman. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I could tell that just by looking at gameplay. It's obvious, freaking obvious. Doggy's more of a tank player, support player though, and he does have more heroes to play. He plays mage as well a little bit, so for Doggy. But General, since General is purely marksman, he's way better on that position than Doggy. I don't know about mage, because General plays some mage too, and some tanks, Grok and Chu. He might be better at those. and he also plays Kag, Lunox, Hearth, right, for mage. So for that, I can't really judge because I don't see General play that role that much. I see Doggy always support a lot, so he always tanks for them. Like it's pretty much what I do for mid lane, right? Whenever I play with Hoon, same role. But it's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of disappointing because if you were watching Doggy way back then when he still had 500 viewers, when I still used to play with him, he got to Legend here first before anything in North America server. I think he was gonna be hard stuck epic if he kept playing like that, to be honest with you. The reason why is he was playing on PC, and when you're playing on PC and on an emulator, you're gonna be limited to how you play. But good thing he plays on an iPad now, so he's gotten a lot better, obviously, and decision making definitely gotten a lot better. A lot of knowledge in the game, rotation, he kind of knows what he's talking about, obviously. But other than that, he got to Legend here first. If you didn't know, Mythic was not even made yet. There's no Mythic yet back then. There's only Legend and Glorious Legend. So Glorious Legend is the version of Mythical Glory compared to Mythic, right? Legend is the regular Mythic, and Glorious Legend is the Mythical Glory of back then. Okay? So that's what it is. And the very first time was when he was playing with us. All he had to do was play ball mid, spin around, fucking die a couple times and win, pretty much. Or Akai or Minotaur or something like that. All he had to do was play tank. And he kind of, I don't know, it was kind of disappointing, and he talked down on us. And for the people that are saying it's harder in East in Asia server, it's not true based on rank. On rank, it's not true. On tournaments, yes. I could say that Gosu is still not on par with Brent Esports, Archangel, and all that, because they obviously have the better teamwork, they have the better rotation and all that, and they have the meta. They're more kept up in the meta, so they have a higher hero pool. Okay, so that's the only problem. But mechanically, definitely North America, I think, has the upper advantage mechanically. Our mechanics here are insane. It's actually insane. I don't know why. Like the outplays that I see compared to whatever I see on the tournament, sometimes the mechanics that I see in tournaments whenever I analyze it's not the same. All right, there's just something off about it. But definitely the teamwork is a must. It's a team game, so that's the important part, right? And that's why I think Doggy is saying, oh, if he comes home to the Philippines, he'll get destroyed. So that's mainly why. So no disrespect to Doggy. I still respect Doggy, of course. Good friend of mine, really close to him. He actually, in fact, he's a big reason why I started doing YouTube as well with Dr. Disrespect. He's like an inspiration to why I keep doing this. So that's good, right? And he actually helped me with building up my audience, because a bunch of my audience are from his stream and all that, since I played with him before. And people know me from his stream, and that's how people started watching me. And I thank him for that. I'll always be grateful for that. But I'm just being honest. I don't want to lie to you guys. I don't want to give you guys wrong information. It might look like I'm biased since I'm from North America, but if you think about it, Akatsu has came home in the Philippines. Kenray has came home in the Philippines. If you don't know who these players are, they're my teammates, Exile teammates from before. Basic has came home from the Philippines. Aljon has came home from the Philippines. And I asked each one of them, is there a difference between the players here, like the Mythic here, or the Mythic there? Mythical Glory here, Mythic there. They pretty much said is, since there's more population in the Philippines, there's more cancer in the Philippines. I'm gonna tell you that right now. There's a lot of people getting piloted, there's a lot of people getting boosted. And that's why Mythic is really hard and climbing up is really hard, because sometimes you get paired up with Mythic, but they're freaking trash, because they get boosted, right? Here, boosting and piloting is not really a thing here. Smurfing is a thing here in North America, but not boosting or pilot. People freaking pay for pilot in the Philippines. Here, you don't. Nobody does that shit. Nobody. I mean, there might be a few, but definitely not on par with what Philippines has or what other Southeast Asian countries has. We don't boost people. We just Smurf. And if you're in Mythic, you're definitely gonna go against Mythic. But yeah, you've seen on my stream that there's some Mythic that are really trash. Obviously, there's just gonna be a few of those low star Mythic. But if you're talking about like 200 star plus, there's definitely no Mythic that they're definitely, they have some game knowledge and they're definitely good mechanically, right? And that's about it. Hopefully you guys comment down in the section below what you guys think about this situation. So what's the question here? What are we going to discuss? What do you think about? Let's discuss about North America and Europe, if you're from Europe, and compared to Southeast Asia. And if you agree with me, like I was saying, North America compared to Southeast Asia is just the only difference is the teamwork. Since they're given an opportunity. Of course, the tournaments are there. They get paid to actually play. We don't. We play this shit for fun. We don't even have the chance to get paid, and we don't have the motivation to even try hard on any of these games, to be honest. Recently, the only motivation that's giving Gosu is the MCL, which is, I told you guys about that. If you go champion on the MCL, you might go to the MPL, but we don't know. Maybe paasa means we might just be counting on it, but it might not really happen. I don't know, right? So yeah, comment that below. Make sure to subscribe and like. And yeah, again, let me just remind you: be respectful. I know it's a very sensitive topic to some players, but try to just explain what I like how I did it. Just be respectful to both sides. Look at both perspectives in a way to where you can have a reasonable explanation. Okay, all right. Lastly, don't forget to like and subscribe. That's the last time I'm gonna say that. And peace.